Just thought I'd catch up with you because you've been making some noise on was it Instagram?
Yeah, so must be getting a bit bored in this lockdown, trying to pick myself a fight. Yeah, so
it could be a good fight. I've interviewed Idris, Virgo, isn't it? The kid who was on Love Island for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Nice lad, Birmingham kid.
Yeah, apparently so I've heard, yeah.
He's a very similar record to yourself. He's unbeaten. I think he's 5 with 1 draw, and you're 4-0. And
4-0.
He had very limited amateur experience. I don't think he had many fights. I think when I spoke to him, he was telling me about 4 or 5 fights or a few white collar fights. I can't remember. He hasn't got a lot of experience. You know, amateur experience, but coming from a kickboxing background, which is great because you know how to deal with your emotional side, but 2 totally different sports.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it took me a full 12 months to transition and go from, kickboxing and Thai boxing and get ready for my first pro debut. So, yeah, definitely 2 different sports. Obviously, a lot of things you can take from one to the other, but yeah, 2 different sports, like we said.
By being good at one doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good at the other.
No, definitely not. There's plenty of kickboxers out there that probably couldn't transition to boxing. I think it just so happened that I wasn't a bad boxer anyway for a kickboxer, and with the right tutelage from the right coach and Robbie at the Royal Gym, he's brought me on, a lot. So
I suppose it's fair to say though as well, there's a lot of good boxers that couldn't do kickboxing, so it'd be
fair
to say that as well, wouldn't it?
Works both ways.
Yeah, and now you've got a champion as a stablemate in the Komatsu.
Yeah, Sean Kearns. Yeah, shout out Sean Kearns. He managed to sneak on the very last show, didn't he, before the lockdown, and he stopped Clayton. Well, Clayton didn't come out for the 5th round, so great performance. That it was really, really good. He looked strong from the get-go.
Obviously, I was at our Liverpool show because we had the show on the same night as Kieran Farrell's show in Bolton, where Sean won the fight. But I believe it was a very dominant performance from start to finish.
Yeah, it was. He come out and looked really good. Like the first jab he threw, when you just have that feeling, and the first punch lands, and I went, yeah, like he's got this. Just straight away, you had that feeling. He looked really strong. He looked a weight division above as well. He's really big for the weight, Sean. So
yeah, was he about 5'8", isn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
5'9".
Yeah.
Skinny sod, don't he? Those knees of his.
Yeah. He's always ripped though, mate. He's always in shape.
He is. You say he's enthusiastic.
Even when he's heavy, he's still in shape.
Yeah. Well, you have been a little bit unfortunate because you've had 2 fights and then your shoulder gone in your second professional fight. Your shoulder went, didn't it?
Actually, when in my debut, I managed to have the second one with no problems, and I was getting ready for the third that I realised that I needed to go and get it sorted. Took a year to get it fixed, and then come back in October against Andy Bishop for my first appearance for VIP. Got the win there.
He's a good kid, that Andy Bishop, isn't he?
He's tough, isn't he, mate? He's really tough.
He's testing quite a few people out there. Who, when you look at his record, I mean, I think he'd only had about 5 fights or 6 fights when he fought you. I think he's had about 12. Yeah. But he's been in with some good kids and asked questions of them all.
Yeah.
Except for you.
I was
really dominant, mate. You look like you might have been the first guy to stop him because I think you broke his nose. Was it in the 3rd round?
Yeah, well, I think the 4th round, I think it was. I think if I'd have had him over 6, maybe I would have got him. But like I shared a little clip of it the other day and tagged him in it, and credit to him really to say how tough he was, and he didn't give up even though his nose was pissing with blood and he was clearly in pain. So
yeah, no, he's a top lad. He really is. He's a dead nice lad. And what I enjoy about him, he comes to fight. He comes to win. I know he knows his role is a journeyman, but because he doesn't, I think he only had a few white collar fights, not not many amateur fights, very limited experience, and I think he's about 38 years old, and
he is, yeah.
He's desperate to get a win, and
Yeah.
I've enjoyed every time he's fought on our shows, and when I've watched him fight on other people's shows, I've enjoyed him every single time because he's a breath of fresh air. He comes there. And
yeah, I think the win will come for him because, like you say, he does come to win. And I've seen him put kids over as well. So, you know, and he has got a bit of power there as well. And he lets that left hand go. So,
yeah. So, we've not spoke about it. You were shouting people out.
No.
The thing is,
no,
so
yeah. So,
what was the case and why?
Basically, I'm scrolling through Instagram like, okay, I suppose most of us are doing at the moment, scrolling through social media and trying to find stuff to do while we're all bored in the house. And I follow Idris on Instagram, and I've seen he's put a post up, like most of us have, saying, we, you know, want to get back in the ring. And then I'm scrolling through the comments, and people have put, when you getting back in? And he said, I'm just waiting for, you know, soon I'm waiting for these guys to stop ducking me, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, hang on a minute, 5-0, 5-0 in a draw. Light heavyweight. He, you know, he's around about my experience, my weight. I was like, well, I'll fight you. And I've been keeping tabs on the interviews with Eddie Hearn and that, and he's saying how he wants, you know, he needs to do away with this journeyman stuff for the foreseeable future whilst he's putting on these fight camp shows behind closed doors, and he needs to make fights exciting for the telly. So, you know, I want to get on them shows. I'm desperate to fight. I was supposed to fight on the 28th of March, obviously, with everything that's going on. That was cancelled. And I just seen it as a bit of an opportunity. And, you know, nothing personal against the lad. I don't actually know him. But, yeah, you know, he's a light heavyweight looking for a fight. I'm a light heavyweight. I'm looking for a fight. Eddie Hearn wants fights with prospects who are unbeaten. And there's a fight for you. Let's do it.
It might be good for boxing. I've said it a few times. It might be. It might mean that, you know, those fights that perhaps might not happen until your 12th or 13th or 14th fight could now start happening inside 10 fights. And, you know,
well, that's what everyone's saying, isn't it?
50-50 fight.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? You know, neither of us are big punchers. None of us have got knockouts on our record. Like you said, he's not had a massive amateur experience. I haven't had any. Yeah, like I think it's a great fight for the fans, and you know he's got some popularity behind him. I've got quite a good following.
Barton fan.
I just think it makes sense, mate. I do. You know, he's not replied to me yet, surprisingly, considering he was saying that he wanted a fight and he was struggling to get them, and this, that, and the other. And as soon as a fight is put on him, he's not replied yet. But maybe he's not seeing it. I don't know. I'm not taking a shot at him there. But
when's he talking now? He's talking sometime in July.
July, I think he's talking to start. Yeah, behind closed doors. Yeah.
I think
the setup looks great. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, he's put a thing out about, like, it's a bit of a concept about how it's going to look. It looks really good.
Is it going to be a bit like the UFC? You know, when they do the the Contender Series, where it's just basically,
basically it's in his back garden, and it's you know, it's very similar. I think, to be fair to him as well, he's been vocal about speaking to Dana White and doing a bit like what the UFC have been doing. You know, they've sort of been the first sport to get going, really, haven't they?
Yeah.
And like, why not copy it? You know, the world's screaming out for something to watch. And how big would boxing be if it come back? Especially like we're talking 50-50 fights to give the fans something to watch. So I think it's a great idea. And you know, if it can all be done safely and what have you, and the fighters want to fight, and why not?
It's just how this lockdown, when we come out of it, as long as we don't spike again and everything stays the way it's going and we're steadily progressing, then there's no reason why boxing on the small hall shows can't come back soon. But I presume everyone's talking next year, but I'm hoping, you know, October, November, I'm thinking, with the fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, I think that's you know, realistic in it to say, you know, October, maybe even September, but I wouldn't want to be defeatist and say, well, no, we're not going to fight until next year. Like, you know, let's be a bit positive and let's try and
Well, yeah, that's the hardest thing, isn't it? Staying positive without having any date.
It is, mate. Yeah, it is.
How have you been doing yourself then? What have you been doing? Because obviously you've not been able to go in the Ryledale gym. So what have you been doing?
I've not been to the gym, but we do meet me, Robbie, Sean. We're training on the beach at the moment. Robbie's putting us through some horrible workouts on there and keeping us fit and keeping the weight down. And like I said, give me a few weeks to sharpen the tools and get in the gym, and I'm good to go. My weight's more or less there. Like I said, I am still fit. I'm still working hard. I know it's not the same at all, but I am training at home and doing what I can.
But it's trying, like you say, trying to keep your mind focused and try and keep yourself
in a good place. It's too easy to get lost, mate, and just like give up and let yourself eat a bit of shit and get a bit lazy, especially when.
Why are you looking at me when you're saying that?
I've got nowhere else to look.
But no, like you say, I do. I know I've spoken to a lot of the lads, and they're all finding it a little bit hard that way. But the good thing about a good boxer's mentality is that they always say everything for a reason, and as you say, what doesn't kill them makes them stronger. So this is one of those things whereby all those mottos that you live by, you have to really live by them now, don't you?
Yeah, for sure, mate. Yeah, it's I think it's testing times for people as well, and what comes out of this, we'll see who's been behaving and sticking to it and staying disciplined and who's not as well.
And as you said, if you get that short-term notice where they say to you, look, you got 4 weeks and you've got a fight day, well, hopefully you'll be able to get to it and say, the ones who haven't,
I personally can say, I will be ready. So
right, well, that's good to hear.
And I've told Steve as well. I've said, look, I'm desperate to fight. You can get me on this. I've sent him the little link about this thing with Idris.
Well, you sent it to me about 1:30 in the morning.
He said he's not. He said he's not heard of it. Not heard of him yet. So we'll see.
Peggy knows him. Get Peggy to set it up. John Pegg, he knows him.
Right. Okay.
Down at his film premiere. So it's a good match. It's like I say,
hopefully he's up for it.
You're unbeaten in 4. Both good-looking lads. One for the ladies, eh? Listen, take care, stay safe, and like I say, hopefully we'll see you out soon. But hopefully I'll be down at Ryledale when all this opens up properly and catch up with you.
Be good to see you, mate.
See the champ, eh? In the Komatsu.
Yeah, that's the one. See the belt.
See you later, mate. Take care.
See you later. Thanks very much,
Bye.
mate.
Bye.
Right.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.